Hello Happy Hooders, it's Georgia from the Happy Hood Committee and I'm here to introduce our first ever Happy Hood podcast. This podcast is about the Slowways project that we've been taking part in. For those who don't know, Slowways is a project whose aim is to create a network of walking routes across Britain that connect all of the towns, cities and national parks. Their aim is to get more people walking and connecting with nature and enjoying the outdoors. So as part of this project, we were asked to take some of our lovely contributors on a walk and come up with some creative outputs for it that would get people to know about Slowways and also just to inspire more people to go outside in the countryside that's around them. So you will have seen in the last Zine that we had a Slowways section. So we've got some articles in there about some takeaways from the walks and we've got some illustrations. But this podcast is basically some little snippets of our conversations that we had along the walk, some of our takeaways from it and how we felt afterwards. So we hope that you enjoy listening. We do just have to warn you that in some parts of the podcast we might be a little bit hard to hear because of the wind. While we were recording, we were actually out on the walk and it was quite windy where we were, so there's quite a lot of background noise. We do hope to get better equipment for the future and we are still learning more and more about podcasts every time, so please bear with us and we hope you enjoy the podcast.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Laura Mackenzie and I'm an illustrator, so I don't often go for walks, so it's quite surprising I'm actually awake at this time in the morning, but here we are and it's nice, the sun's shining, so yay!
What made you decide to come on the Slowways walk?
Because I've not long moved to Northampton, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to explore the local walking routes.
And have you done any walking routes around Northamptonshire?
No.
First time?
This will be my first time. I usually just walk to and from work if I'm too scared to get the bus, but other than that, so it's nice to walk for walking sakes rather than just to get home.
Hi, I'm Georgia and I've lived in Northampton for my whole life. I'm doing this walk because I'm in training for the big hike for cancer research in June.
Ooh, tell us more about that.
So I'm hiking a full marathon through the Peak District, filled with deep regret that I've made this decision because it is a long, long way. But I wanted to do this walk because I like walking and I need to get some walks in before I do a marathon.
And did you know about Slowways routes before we started working on this project?
No, I didn't.
And how do you think it might help you with your training, knowing about these routes?
It just gives me different places to walk because I think in Northampton you get very boxed into certain places that you go for a walk, like Pittsford and Flywell, like the country parks and stuff. You don't really know that there's all these other places that you can go outside of that, so it'll be good to learn some different routes.
Introduce yourself.
Hiya, I'm Larissa Simone, singer-songwriter and contributor to the Happy Hood magazine. Yeah.
And you have willingly participated in this
I
walk
have
this morning.
willingly participated and I'm actually loving it. I've always loved nature though, I really, really do. And there's something freeing about being out in nature. But the thing about that, I suffer from depression. So one of the aspects of that is that sometimes I really just don't want to be outside. So I've kind of challenged myself the last few months to, if I'm invited to be outside, then I will say yes. It's better than drinking or partying. So yeah, being outside is really healing and fresh air. Honestly, I was just saying to one of the girls, I'm always Northampton, there's nothing nice about Northampton, but if you go out into the countryside, or even we're in the Washlands now, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Pictures will not do it justice. It's so nice to be out here. Yeah.
And it's not far from town either, so
It's not far at all. The rugby grounds, the rugby training grounds just down there, really near the Bedford Road. So close. So if you need to get somewhere really quickly after said walk, you can just zoom to the car.
And you mentioned depression and using sort of walking as a form of therapy. How does it impact you and make you feel once you've done it?
Well, literally, the endorphins are like my best friends. I just definitely feel energized after having a walk and clarity of mind because you've allowed nature in its purity to be the only thing you're taking in that time. Like, generally, been over recording now, but you're not like looking for a phone, doom scrolling, and I think it really does just kind of free up space in my mind. That's what I find for myself anyway.
So to give the listeners a bit of context, we live in Northampton. Northampton is a average-sized town in the Midlands. It's an hour from London and an hour from Birmingham. It's very landlocked and it's quite a deprived area. Our county council went bankrupt a few years back, so it's a town with difficulties and challenges. A lot of people that live in Northampton, there's about 250,000 people, but we are quite sort of town-based, although we've got lots of lovely countryside really close, just outside the town. The problem is that routes trying to get out of town are really difficult, especially if you don't have your own transport, because public transport is a nightmare around here. So I was really interested in this project because it's about making people aware of routes that are linked to towns and villages and dwellings. So it means that you could walk a route literally from the town centre and walk out of town and experience the countryside, which a lot of town-based people don't do. So yeah, it's an interesting project and it's interesting to see what the views are on this walk, because we have some very willing participants but that perhaps wouldn't normally do this kind of thing. So we'll see, we will report back. Morning.
Walk anywhere else, people are instantly like, oh, morning, nice day. Oh, morning. Everywhere you go. In Northampton, everyone's so quiet.
What, in towns?
There's a red kite. No, but even like here, I know people are saying morning, but you're mainly instigating it, except that not one guy.
Well, I feel like when you walk, there's more of a good morning etiquette.
Yeah, it's true.
And especially dog walkers and stuff, I feel like they're normally quite friendly.
Yeah.
But if I was walking past somebody in town, just like on the street, I wouldn't say morning.
Yeah, no. Well, no, you'll get
It's it though,
dragged
isn't it? You
in
feel like
flies.
you can on a walk, but not.
It's almost like being outside in nature is giving the permission to say hello, although a lady just walked past and I did say morning, so now I feel really bad.
Yeah.
I feel like when people walk in, they're usually quite peaceful and calm, so it's like you're not going to get an angry person.
And you don't see as many people, do you? Morning. I mean, they didn't look like they wanted to say good morning.
It's like
And
a little
that's
date.
fine.
It's fine.
Not everyone has to say good morning.
Because it isn't a good morning for everyone.
Well, that's true. But also, I feel like these like incidental interactions with people, I think I've read something somewhere about how they improve your mental health and well-being. So, you know, when you say hello to like a shopkeeper or you see somebody regularly, like a neighbour, and you just sort of smile and stuff,
Yeah.
those types of interactions are just as important as the meaningful ones you have with your friends and family.
Because with the shades on, you can even carry on in the floor. I know, right?
Where are they?
There's been some spotted and photographed in Abington Park.
Otters in Abington Park?
In that pond, yeah.
Wow.
No, seriously.
Where did they come from?
Yes,
I thought they were like in rivers.
I don't know, but they will be. You would get otters here, but there aren't otters here.
Well, this is helping my cause of me building a pond in my garden and frogs coming.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get an otter, but
It's not big enough for that.
no, you'll get birds as well. The birds will eat your buds in the pond,
Oh yeah.
and they'll have somewhere to bath and drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably you'll need them.
Morning. Morning.
I can ride a bike, but I don't ride a bike. But I wish I did ride a bike because it looks quite fun.
Yeah,
and peaceful.
I often think like, so walking routes and stuff, it kind of puts me off a bit because it can be kind of far and maybe I'm not feeling energetic, but I feel like a bike would give you a bit more access to that kind of
Yeah.
space.
But bikes can be quite a lot of money these days as well, so it's accessibility again, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very true.
I think, yeah, and I think that's maybe something that I'm conscious of with these types of routes. It's like, well, if we didn't have the right footwear
Yeah.
or the right clothing to wear, so there's something about a sense of elitism sometimes with being able to get out in nature, because if you don't have like a rainproof jacket and
Yeah, and they're expensive as well.
yeah,
Because nothing's worse when you're on a walk and it just pours down with rain and you've got like nothing on that's waterproof and you're like, this isn't enjoyable anymore.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the right shoes as well. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like shoes are expensive, walking boots and wellies and
We're coming towards the end of the walk now, and we're just walking up towards the town centre. And it's been such a lovely stroll. We've really taken it nice and gentle and enjoyed looking around us and spotting things. We've seen loads of birds that we don't know what they are. And nature and a little bit of litter along the route as well, but not much. So it's been a really interesting walk so far, and now we're kind of coming to the end of the Slowways walk and heading into one of our stockists of our Good News Zine, which is called Saints on St Giles Street in Northampton, where we're going to have a much needed slice of cake and a debrief.
Everyone feel after going on a walk? Nice?
Yeah, feel quite energised.
More energised?
Yeah, like mentally energised, physically a little bit exhausted. But
I feel similar. Like very like feel. I do feel very energized. Very energized for this walk. It was really nice. I can't really before.
Yeah, I feel like we've accomplished something, haven't we?
Yeah. And it was a nice day, and we've had nice chats. Yeah.
no one fell over.
No one fell over.
Yeah, no one fell, no one injured themselves, no one died.
So that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go to the gym today, and I was like, oh no, go to the gym, what do you go for? And I actually feel like I have done a bit of like workout through movement.
Yeah.
But also, like mentally, I feel a lot clearer, a lot more clarity about what I have to do with the rest of my day as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's counts as exercise.
Yeah, how many steps did we say we'd done? Weakness?
Mine was less, but I think about 9,000.
Yeah, about.
9,500.
Yeah.
9,700 mine was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. They say you're meant to do 10,000 steps a day.
Really?
I mean, I'm not sure anyone has time to do that and have a job.
I thought it was 6 hours.
I thought it was 10. Maybe I made it up.
No, it's 10.
Oh my god. Maybe I
That's a lot
told
of
myself it was 6.
That's hard to do when you're working and you've got to fit it in. And
Unless you like walk to and from work, that's the only way you can really like.
And I always find it difficult with like school pickups to navigate and stuff. So also just because I'm tired.
yeah.
I definitely felt spring was in the air though on this walk.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really nice to like see the new shoots on the trees and just felt like spring-like.
Yeah, kind of felt like the first day of spring, didn't it? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
been so rainy lately.
And everyone looked so happy today.
Yeah.
Also, I think running water helps because I actually love water and we are literally landlocked, aren't we?
Yeah.
Typically, Northampton's a place where
Yeah.
we're so far from any beaches. So actually to hear like the rivers flowing.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some studies around that about being near
Life
It's
is
meant to help with mental health, isn't it? 'Cause it's like calming and
so in St Lucia, I've got family who are fishermen, and they literally live by the sea and are in the sea every day. And like, I know the way of life over there is a lot more lackadaisical anyway, but it is supposed to just be really calming. And it's, I just miss the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Northampton, the beach.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, they've got some little like wild swimming spots by the rivers.
Really?
Like, do you know, it's kind of out towards Wellingborough. There's a little village called Olney.
Yeah.
They've got a bit of a river running down there, and if you go to like their community centre thing, you can park there, walk straight down to the stream, and they've got like actual little concrete steps built in. So like it has to be a really hot day because it's quite cold because it's running water.
Yeah.
But it's like a little bit of a like swell that you can get into, and
Oh wow, I did not know that.
so you can go and swim. It's not a beach, but
But we can
It's-
imagine.
yeah,
And it's safe to swim in there.
I've swum in there and I was fine. I was okay. Yeah.
Still okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, even where we walk today, you could like bring yourself a little picnic and sit down, and then it's gives you the same feeling or a similar feeling.
I think just the light makes you feel better. Definitely, I don't know, in terms of mental health, I'm just so happy that spring has come.
Yeah.
And I think today's walk was like kind of cemented that because you've been seeing it, you know, the time of year, to actually see like the same new shoots, clear skies, fresh breeze, all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel fresh, doesn't it?
The blue sky.
Yeah.
Oh, the blue sky.
Grey is not my favourite colour.
Yeah, it is nice. You can see why it helps mental health as well. Like when you come back from a walk and you feel nice and
also it's kind of nice to like walk in a group.
yeah,
Because
I've done that before.
We've definitely, me and Simone have walked, me and Sheeny have walked before, but it's nice to walk in a group and like have that sort of motivation of other people bringing you along and having a chat. I don't think I'd necessarily do that route on my own.
It's quite a long route.
I think it depends on how much time I wanted to be out.
Yeah. Because you'd have to walk and then back again.
I think when I walked in the washlands before, my mum would usually park near the rugby practice grounds.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of walk across and then through the washlands itself.
Yeah.
But I do like that part of the route is quite nice.
Yeah, the washlands is a nice bit.
You forget it's there, like you literally forget it's there.
You don't remember it's there.
I've got you.
Yeah, me, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad that
They look so good.
Yes, you can.
So epic.
Yeah, we need pictures. You know what, this walk today has made me think that maybe I should join a walking group. Because Salma Shah used to do a walking group from here every other Sunday or something, but I don't know if she still does it or not.
They do a men's mental health walk here every other weekend, I think. I always see that though, I think that's really good, but
I did think that because earlier I thought Saturday morning is a park run, isn't it? You cannot pay me to run every Saturday. I think a walk like that would be really lovely.
I did park run once, and then when I got lapped, I was like, nah, this is not for me.
I've done it twice. I've done times in my whole life.
Wow. Oh no, I've done it twice.
But a walk, I think walking is nice, and actually people sleep on the fact that walking is low impact.
so how do you think the walk went? Did you enjoy it? Would you go again?
Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah. It was really good, right? I feel like I don't think I've done it.
No.
So
You said it's nice to meet people.
yeah, I did feel better. I think it's nice to start the walk.
Yeah, I do.
I think being on the walk was quite nice. Conversationally, it was really nice. And then like, ending it with like some dates and like the social aspect of it. I'm quite an introvert, so I spend my time by myself. So to like meet somebody new and be out and about, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
And it feels not pressured as well.
Yeah, it's quite like a gentle way to get to know people, isn't it? Like you can kind of like walk and just listen to the conversation if you want. You can join in. You can go off and have your own conversation with people.
Or have your own like quiet time as
Yeah.
well.
I think it's nice for all the morning as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what time is it?
So yeah, we've got like the whole day left. Yeah. Is everyone feeling better for having gone on the walk than they did this morning?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it takes me so long to wake up, so which is good because now I feel like I've got more time to do things in my day, which is weird because we've had like a whole week in the morning, so you should really feel
Energized. Yeah.
yeah.
And what did you think of like the scenery on the walk itself? Like pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated that. It was really, really green.
Yeah, nice to slow down.
Yeah. It's nice to get outside of the town as well, isn't it? And see outside of town.
Yeah, I think it's just so different from the built environment that we deal with day to day. And because we are surrounded by buildings and cars, and although we've got a lot of green spaces in Northampton, to actually get out into the natural countryside, so something that hasn't been manufactured to be a park or something, it kind of felt a bit more, I don't know, a bit more like you got the benefits of the green space because it's natural.
Yeah.
Even though we're walking down washlands that have been, you know, made into stuff.
It felt more organic.
Yeah.
Then conversations that felt organic, the route felt organic. Like at the beginning, it felt like we were following for instructions, but then it's like you just intrinsically knew where to go.
Yeah.
I felt personally because I know the town kind of enough to know whereabouts I am, but not exactly. But I could just feel which way I was supposed to be walking, so that was nice. And the flow of conversation felt very natural as well. So,
And we mentioned as well about like walk and talk kind of therapy, and how like none of us are medical professionals in any way, but we're just connecting on a human level and talking about stuff that could be very, sort of deep, or actually quite, just day-to-day conversation. But either way, it doesn't really matter what the subject matter is. It's the fact that we're connecting on a human level with other people, and we're walking, and it feels like a less intense conversation than just sat opposite someone in a coffee shop or whatever.
Yeah.
When you're out and about, there's distraction, and it's almost like you've got permission to talk openly.
Yeah. Because you're in an open space.
Yeah.
So if we were to do another walk or start walking more regularly, would you all want to go? Do you think it would be something you'd be more interested in now that we've been out today in the sun?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
and
think so.
I think it's nice doing it in a group as well, because I struggle quite a lot with motivation. So to have like an actual fixed day, like you'll go over to people, it's more easier to commit to. It's easy. Like I'm always like, I'm gonna go for a walk tonight, and I never do. But it's because I'm only letting myself out. You're going with me, you get more from it when
Yeah, I think a regular Happy Hood walking group makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's a free way of, so there's no barrier to like entry from, and the only thing that is the issue is kind of transport to a place to walk. But if we considered that and did different routes and different places, it's a free way of connecting, and that whole point and the whole ethos behind the Happy Hood is bringing people together. That's all it ever was. So it makes sense to do something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it can be a really good break for people as well, especially if you're living in the middle of town and all you're seeing is town and you're in your day-to-day life. Be a bit kind of claustrophobic. It's probably good to get out for a walk in nature.
Yeah, and sometimes you need a group to organise it, and you just turn up.
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's a good way to meet new people.
And if we had an anchor point of somebody from the Happy Hood leading the group, then their facilitation of it is about bringing people in and together, making sure that people talk and connect and all that kind of stuff, so that it's less pressure on like the individuals who turn up and think like, oh, I have to talk to someone new.
Or don't talk.
Yeah, or don't.
Yeah,
exactly.
Have a nice walk.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
There's something new.
Yeah, this is a whole new thing.
We just can't be excited. Because then I could be like, I'm going to get a nice walk in and do it to Happy Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Definitely.
Yeah. But overall, nice walk.
Nice walk.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Thank you for listening to the first ever Happy Hood podcast. We really, really hope that you enjoyed it, and watch this space for more podcasts to come. If you do have any ideas of things that you want to hear, or even if you want to be a part of our Happy Hood podcast, then please get in touch with us either through any of our social media accounts or via our website. Bye. We hope you enjoyed it. See you again for the next Happy Hood podcast.